Hello everyone, my name is Caleb Whitehead, but you may know me as C-Chizzle. And today we're talking about the January 13th Monday Night Raw and January 17th Friday Night Smackdown. Welcome to Chizzle's Championship Podcast.
Maybe one day we'll be okay, but I know that
So, CM Punk starts the show as Seth Rollins comes out and they declare for the Royal Rumble along with Drew, which we already knew CM Punk was in there, but I'm not sure where this story is going. Is it going to lead to another match between Punk and Seth? Punk and Drew? I don't really know. I wouldn't mind a triple threat, but we'll see. I guess Drew's done with the bloodline. I was liking that gimmick, but now he's back with these guys. Great stuff, I guess. Next week they are going to do Drew McIntyre versus Seth Rollins, that's fun. That's going to be fun. I don't know where CM Punk ties into this, but we'll see. Also, very sad, tragic, the fires in California. That is very sad. I'm very sorry to the people who have lost their homes, lost people they love. It's very sad. Anyway, I forgot to mention last week that CM Punk wore his Ring of Honor AEW jacket. That's pretty cool if you're an insider and you know about it. Last time we saw him wearing that jacket, he got fired. So, there's plenty of WrestleMania rumors. I'm not sure what matches we're going to have, what matches they're going to do. Right now, floating around is CM Punk versus Roman. Sure, that'll be cool. I don't know how I feel about it yet. We got to see more build-up. We know CM Punk, he said Paul Heyman owes him a favor. We'll see what that is. WWE insiders are saying maybe we might get Gunther versus Logan Paul. I don't really necessarily want that. I do think that would be a good match, but I don't think it'd be a great WrestleMania match. John Cena versus Cody Rhodes. This would see Cena probably winning the Rumble, maybe the Chamber. I don't know. But, superhero versus superhero, I'm not interested in that concept. I don't really think I don't think that John Cena versus Cody is the direction we should go. I want Cody to stay involved with the bloodline stuff from WrestleMania and maybe The Rock. Even though, The Rock is probably not going to be at Mania this year. I don't know. I'm keeping my hopes high. Hopes held high. Okay? Now, what I do want to see from John Cena, I want to see him face Gunther. Now that'd be graps. Okay? That'd be good. That'd be great. Anywho, first match of the night, Chad Gable. We know he's going to face a mystery opponent. They already revealed who the mystery opponent would be earlier in the show. They released Penta's merch to the WWE store, so we already knew the luchador Gable wanted to face is Penta. We shortened his name to just Penta. He got off to a rocky start, but it ended up being a pretty good match. I do think he'll be the next big thing in terms of luchadors in WWE, Mexico. Like, he's gonna be a star. I could tell. When he cut the promo, I like that he started speaking Spanish because I was like, this isn't his strong suit. So then he got into Spanish, and I was like, okay, we're on a good track. We're on the right track with him. I think he's going to be big. I am glad they didn't pair him with Rey Mysterio like they were originally planned. I think he'd have been stuck if he did that. I'm glad that we did that. Clearly, Triple H made him tone down his little thing, his hand signs and stuff that he loves to do 45 times per match. He didn't do it. He only did it a couple times. That was good. I was glad to see that. Apparently, reports say that the match ran too long and had other things cut from the show, but I personally don't believe that because the show ended a half hour early. And also, it's Netflix. You can run as long as you want now. Like, that's been confirmed. That can't be, these rumors can't be true, but who am I to say, I don't work for them. Netflix, they said that now that they're on Netflix, they can run as long as they want, as short as they want. I do not believe that match had any effect on overall show, really. We had a backstage segment between the Judgment Day where Liv and Dom, there might be some tension there. I don't know, after the whole Rhea Ripley thing from last week. I don't know how that's going to go. They gave Carlito a few nicknames, and that was silly. Carly, Carlos, fun stuff. I don't know why we're doing that, but, Carlito needs to be fit in them stories more, I feel. He's kind of just there. We need more Carlito. If you're not going to do anything with him, just kick him out of the group. Do something. I don't know. Make the Judgment Day more interesting, because right now, not much going on with him. Finn Balor tells Dom to stay back for tonight's main event, which will be Finn Balor versus Damian Priest in a street fight match. We'll get to that later. Former UFC fighter Daniel Cormier was in the front row during Sheamus versus Ludwig Kaiser, but so is the Intercontinental Champion Braun Breaker. These three had a match at Survivor Series for the championship, and ultimately Braun Breaker ended up winning. It was great, but obviously they're going to keep continuing the story. I'm not happy with what happens here because Sheamus does win, which, sure, obviously. And then he argues with Braun, and now he's going to face Sheamus at Saturday night's main event. This was supposed to be a WrestleMania match. I don't know if they're still doing the WrestleMania match, but I don't know why we're doing Braun versus Sheamus at Saturday night's main event when everyone knows this was supposed to be set up for WrestleMania so that Sheamus could win his first Intercontinental Championship. Like, my reaction when I saw, like, they're like, this will be happening at Saturday night's main event. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense. But anyway, Sami Zayn and Seth Rollins have a little confrontation backstage. They're like fussing at each other somewhat. It's more of Seth. He's aggravated with Sami. Then Karrion Kross gets in Sami's head for a little second, which I like that. I'm excited to see Karrion Kross feuding with Sami Zayn. That'll be fun. Obviously, Sami will probably come out stronger. But I like that we're inserting Karrion Kross into feuds with main eventers. That's a good thing that they're doing. That's a good idea. I like Karrion Kross's gimmick. And earlier they spoiled that The Miz was going to fight Sami Zayn in a little graphic that was running down the screen. But then we're supposed to believe that it was getting set up right now in real time. That was a little botch, I guess you could say, and it was silly. But this is the part. I have a rant, okay? Karrion Kross says that the Wyatt Six are moving to SmackDown. That's terrible. What are they doing? The booking for Wyatt Six has been ridiculous. This is bad for Netflix because I said this last week. It would be genius to have the Wyatt Six be a part of Netflix, considering it's a movie streaming site. They have horror movies. Wyatt Six is a horror gimmick. It only makes sense. That would have been so cool to see the presentation to bring this horror gimmick to Netflix, and now it's moving to SmackDown, which, let's not even mention the fact that they are dropping an entire storyline. Karrion Kross and the Final Testament are feuding with the Wyatt Six. They're in the middle of a feud, so now it's just over? It's just over? Are we not? There's no payoff. That's something that I don't like about WWE booking, is when they just start a storyline and then drop it. Especially with this is my favorite gimmick. Wyatt Six right now is my favorite gimmick. If you're gonna, I don't know. That just frustrates me. I'm praying and hoping that Final Testament shows up on whatever SmackDown Wyatt Six shows up at. I'm praying. Because I need the Uncle Howdy versus Karrion Kross match. I need it. Give it to me. What are you doing? They better not make me wait. Dadgummit. Also, this is a random off-topic thing. I'm curious, is Uncle Howdy going to enter the Royal Rumble? I'm excited to see if Wyatt Six does some sort of shenanigans at the Rumble. I really want them to. I don't think they will, but I really want them to. I think we'll get Nikki Cross in the Rumble, the Women's Rumble. but I'm not sure if we get any of the men. And I want to see what kind of things they do with Nikki Cross or with any of the Y6 in a Rumble match. That'd be really fun. But then we get a segment between Gunther. He's like, hey, I want a worthy opponent. I want someone who wants this title. No one cares about this title. I want someone to care. Jey Uso comes out, the Yeet Master. he sees the prestige of the championship, okay? And Jey Uso, he looked like a star here. He looked like a star in the making. I think he's got a big future as a main eventer. We've been saying that. He's main event Jey Uso. But they'll fight at Saturday night's main event, which we know that this is an afterthought because Jey is going to lose. Making this Rumble appearance, because he's already confirmed for the Royal Rumble. There's no point in him entering the Rumble if he loses against Gunther, because we know he's not going to win. I'm just counting on bloodline shenanigans from him in the Rumble, because that's... What's the point of... silly booking here. Silly booking, but, you know, who... Anyway. Next is the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkyria versus Dakota Kai. Amazing match. Wonderful match between these two. I really thought Dakota Kai was pulling it out. I wanted Lyra to win, but I thought Dakota Kai was going to win because it just makes more sense, I feel. But they did it. They made the Bird Lady win. The Bird Lady won, and I like that. It was good. After that, we had Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Short match. Sami won. I don't have much to say about it other than I hope Karrion Kross faces him next week in some capacity. I don't, whatever. The Miz and Karrion Kross's group, I like it. I like that pairing, but I liked it because of the Wyatt Six, and now apparently that's not happening anymore, so let's not even get me into that again. Rhea Ripley cuts a little promo. She's interrupted by Nia Jax, who may be coming to Raw. I don't know. She might be coming to Monday Night Raw. Bayley's there in the crowd because she's from San Jose. So, hometown, she comes in, they talk. Nia Jax, Bayley, and Rhea Ripley. She skedaddles on out of there. But next is the main event. And this gave me some ECW vibes. It was pretty nice. It was fire. This is probably their best match together, Damian and Finn. This is probably their best match. I mean, it was great. It was a great match. I'm really hoping this feud's over now because we've been drawing it on long enough. It's time to end it. Time to end it there. Finn should have won. Finn Balor has not gotten a win over Damian Priest, and I think he should. I don't know why. I think it's time to give him a win. I read before this month started that 2025 Finn Balor was set up to get a singles push. Where is it at? It's January's almost over. Finn Balor just lost to Damian Priest, a repeat rival. We can only make Damian look strong enough. He can only beat Finn so many times. Give him some more opponents. He's just squashing the whole Judgment Day. Whatever. Next week, we're going to get Drew and Seth, which I told you about. That's going to be a fun one. JBL will return because it's in Texas, which this is crazy to me because he's been all over the Indies. So I'm guessing he just was sent over all the Indies just to say, hey, look, a WWE guy. That's cool. JBL coming back, cool. I think it'd be hilarious if he says, I'm confirming for the Royal Rumble. That'd be great. I'd love a JBL Royal Rumble declaration in 2025. Damage Control will face Pure Fusion Collective and apparently a 3-on-2. I'm not sure if it'll be 2-on-2. They're just picking one, or maybe we'll get a 3-on-3 with a return of either Asuka or Kairi Sane. That'd be kind of cool. I'm not expecting it to happen, but I think it'd be great if it did. Lyra Valkyria will cut a promo, have a segment or something after winning the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn will have a segment. I'm hoping that Karrion Kross interrupts in some way. And Jey Uso will have a segment, and that'll be great. They keep saying that New Day is back in action. I'm hoping that means they're going to finally face Ray and Dragon Lee, because they've been promoting that for 3 weeks. I'm assuming that it's being moved up once again, and not just changing the whole match direction completely, because I want this match. I want the New Day versus Rey Mysterio and Dragon Lee. We haven't got it yet. They've been promoting it for 2 weeks. Let's have week 3 be the time to show it, you know? I don't know if they moved it because you can't have more than one luchador match on the show. I don't know. I really think Netflix should feature Lucha Libre wrestling more, considering Lucha Underground was a big hit on Netflix. I think that we should feature as much of that as possible, as much as we can. You have a lot of stars. You have a whole LWO. Showcase them on Netflix. Netflix is a grand scale. You'll get a lot of people who are not wrestling fans will look at Lucha Libre wrestling and think, wow, that's awesome. So give it to them. Also, I totally think they forgot about the R-Truth and Pete Dunne rivalry that was happening 3 weeks ago, 4 or 5 weeks ago, because there's not been a single payoff for that either. There's been like one segment since they moved to Netflix about them. I just want that rivalry to, like, you know, let's get an actual match between the two, and then you can put it to bed, and I'll be happy. But let's see something from them, you know. The Royal Rumble's coming up, you know. Still only 3 matches confirmed for that, which, you know, I'm expecting more soon, I hope. But I'm very excited. I'll tell you what's disappointing to me. The Raw and NXT before the Rumble is going to be in Atlanta, where I live, and I'm not going to be able to go because of personal things that are happening in my life, like things that are going on. I'm not going to be able to attend them, and that makes me very sad, very sad. An AEW show and an MLW show is coming to Atlanta in the same, like, week span of them 2 shows. And I'm very upset because I want to go to all 4 of them and I can't go to any. And it's very upsetting. Very upsetting. I'm going to be very sad watching Raw on the 27th. I'll be very sad because I'm supposed to be there, I feel, and I'm not. That's a bummer. Especially NXT is going to be in the Center Stage Arena. I go there all the time to see shows, all the time. Anytime they bring an indie show to the Center Stage, I go. To see NXT there is gonna that would be so amazing to see this place that I've been watching indie wrestling for a while finally host an actual WWE show. That would be so cool, and I can't even go. Anyway. Ray Phoenix had his merch taken off of the AEW store. That is because of Penta, you know, debuting on WWE TV. Ray Phoenix and Penta are brothers, if you didn't know. I'm assuming he'll come to WWE soon, eventually. He'll join them. His brother's there, so he wants to live the dream too, I feel. He'll be there soon, whenever the contract is up. Which Tony Khan, there's been a lot of weird stipulations around the contract with Tony Khan and Ray Phoenix. I don't know all the details, so I'm going to spare you I'm going to spare you from misinformation, but it's a weird one, and we'll see Ray Phoenix soon. Basically. Saturday night's main event is apparently bringing in Hulk Hogan. Haven't we learned our lesson? That's all I'm going to say. Bad idea. Bad idea. And that means no Jesse Ventura. But don't even get me started. TNA and WWE have signed a multi-year deal. That's exciting news because, the Royal Rumble's coming up. We're probably going to see quite a few TNA folks in the Rumble. They just had their pay-per-view TNA Genesis. I'll talk a teeny bit about that later. But that was like the first show actually promoted by WWE. So we'll see a lot of TNA and NXT crossovers. And that's fun. I love that. I love that. I love that a lot, because years ago, I'd have never thought. When Vince McMahon was in charge, we would have never, ever conceived that idea. Odyssey Jones is potentially innocent. He ordered it like an order of protection or something against his ex, and who claimed that he was domestically abusive. He got released from the company because of the allegations. But now court documents are showing that he might not be as guilty as we assumed. I'm not going to speak on that really, because maybe he did do it, maybe he didn't. I don't know. I wasn't there. I'm not a part of it. I don't speculate on that kind of thing. He may be a great guy. He may be terrible, and I don't know. Hopefully he's not a woman beater. But also, if he is, I hope the woman gets justice. And if so, it's good that he got fired. But if not, that's sad that he got fired. All I can say is I hope for the best. Corey Graves, he got moved from the main roster. He got pulled from commentary on the main roster, sent down to NXT. He sent out a tweet voicing his frustrations with this. So, he's not happy. He got pulled from NXT commentary. He was supposed to show up on NXT this week, but he didn't. They didn't put him on. Only 2 commentators, the normal, Vic Joseph and Booker T, were not joined by Corey Graves. And now Pat McAfee's not going to be on Raw next week. He's not going to be announcing. So, you would think Corey Graves will be the replacement, but no. Wade Barrett will replace him, which I like Wade Barrett. My take, I don't like Corey Graves as a person. I think he's a little bit of a weirdo, just a teeny bit, but I do think he's a good commentator. And no offense to Pat McAfee, I think he's a very entertaining person. I don't necessarily think he's an amazing commentator. I do think Corey Graves is a better commentator than Pat McAfee. But I also think Wade Barrett is a better commentator than Corey Graves. Yep. Now, some people think that this is setting up an angle between Graves and McAfee. I don't think so. I think this is just Corey Graves trying to get fired. I think he's tired of the company. He's not happy with his position. Not a very professional way to go about it, but we'll see the direction. We'll see. Maybe he's gone, maybe he's not. As of right now, he's still enlisted in the company, so, Let's talk a bit about SmackDown. SmackDown starts with Rey Mysterio in his hometown. He's declaring for the Royal Rumble. This is exciting, but I'm not really sure where he fits in the Rumble picture, because we got a stacked lineup, and he doesn't really add much. I mean, the leader of the LWO, where's he going to go in the Rumble? I'm assuming he'll just be like a mid-Rumble filler, because we got the early parts of the Rumble, the end parts, and then the rest can usually be chalked up to filler. I think he'll just be like a number 21 entrant, he'll just come in and be like, do cool flips, and then that, I'm not sure where he goes in the Rumble. I don't think he'll make a big impact, to be honest, but it's cool that we get a legend like Rey Mysterio and a Hall of Famer in the Rumble match. Kevin Owens interrupts. This sets up a match later. He's wearing this really funny shirt that says Canadian Dream, son of a security systems technician. Obviously, this is a jab at Cody Rhodes. Funny stuff. I love it. After some not nice words, but also nice words at the same time. I don't know. Ray fights off an attempted attack from Kevin Owens. They'll fight later. I think they should do some Royal Rumble qualifying matches. I think we need to bring that back. I feel. That's just me. Also, I'm glad there's no more logos on the mat. That's nice. I don't like the logos all the time. And then no logos on the mat, and that's cool. I like the clear mat. Okay. Naomi was being sus with Bianca Belair backstage. I think she's the Jade's attacker, Jade Cargill's attacker. But if they do Naomi versus Jade Cargill at WrestleMania, then what will Bianca Belair's role be? I don't know what she's going to be doing at WrestleMania if Naomi's facing Jade. I don't know. Potential Royal Rumble win? Probably not, but we'll see. Nia Jax and Candice fight Bianca Belair and Naomi. Naomi scores the pinfall after a blind tag. After Candice just gets torn apart in the match. She takes so much damage, man. It's bad. Naomi wins, gets the pin. So good. I like that. I think we are setting up a Naomi heel turn. You know, I'm excited because I think that could push her to a higher status, you know, eventually. Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. I like the gimmick of Piper as being her like Secret Service security guard. It's really silly. I like it. They have a segment with B-Fab and Michin, who I think B-Fab needs a push. Okay, I'm glad we get a singles match with her against Piper tonight. That's set up from this segment. Piper wins, obviously, and they start attacking B-Fab. But Michin comes out and saves her with her favorite weapon, the kendo stick. She's always carrying that thing. I'm hoping they set up this tag match maybe next week between B-Fab and Michin versus Chelsea and Piper. I think this feud is getting renewed a little longer than it should, probably. I just don't think they know what to do with the women's division. I think they realize they don't have enough women on SmackDown to be doing 2 championships for them. Maybe. I don't know what. I don't know. I don't guess there's gonna be many challengers other than just the same old Michin, B-Fab. You know, put Blair Davenport on in there maybe. I don't know. I don't know what we're doing with. I don't think we need 2 women's championships, considering the amount of time and care put into the division. I think that it's just to please the fans, but you're not doing anything with it. So what's the point? You know, I don't know. Feels cheap. For that match, we had Jimmy Uso versus Carmelo. Really good match. Carmelo was walking to the ring, and then he cut a promo while his music was playing, and the whole time I was just like, please cut the music. I don't want to hear the music under what he's saying. But that's just a nitpick. Just when we thought Jimmy Uso was out of this bloodline vortex, just for 1 minute, just for one night, one match, Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga, they just come out and destroy him. LA Knight, he comes out to save the day. Doesn't work. He gets destroyed too. Solo Sikoa, he returns just to leave. But Jacob Fatu cuts a nice promo. He means serious business. He's going to be a star, I'm telling you. I think he's a future world champion. Braun Strowman comes out to stop the bloodline. And just, you know, he has a little stare down with Jacob Fatu, which will set up a very big match it's Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. I'm excited for that one at Saturday night's main event. That'll be exciting. That'll be a big match. Jacob Fatu will win, obviously, but that's gonna be good. It's gonna be heavy hitting, big collision. Next week on SmackDown, we'll get LA Knight versus Tama Tonga. Cool. Back to Carmelo Hayes. I think that when Trick Williams gets called out from NXT, I think that they should put him back with Carmelo Hayes. I really do. I think that Carmelo needs like a sidekick. Because Carmelo's not being built like a star right now. And he needs to be. I think he needs to be. He was a first-round draft pick for the WWE draft to SmackDown. He's kind of just there. He doesn't need to be a person that's just there. He needs to be someone that we are following and focusing on. I don't like the direction that Carmelo Hayes is going. because it doesn't seem like there is one. Los Garza has a match with the Motor City Machine Guns. They're my favorite tag team because they're like the best tag team. They deliver in every single match, no matter who their opponents are. This is another great match of theirs. I love that Angel ripped his little tearaway pants off like he used to. I love it. I miss when he was billed as like the next Eddie Guerrero. Shout out to Eddie Guerrero, since we are in the hometown of Rey Mysterio. I really wish they built him up as like how they used to. He was presented as this will be the next like Eddie Guerrero, the Prince of Sleaze, you know? He does it so well. Los Garza needs to be, they need a push. They need a push for real. I want it. I'm here for it. The way this match ends is kind of confusing. It just happens for some reason. Pretty Deadly comes out to cost in the Motor City Machine Guns, but they end up accidentally helping them beat Los Garza, which doesn't make sense because last week they were feuding with Los Garza and now they're trying to help them. The storytelling isn't really adding up right now. But next week they're gonna do Pretty Deadly versus Motor City Machine Guns. But backstage later, Apollo Crews is trying to help Pretty Deadly against helping DIY by helping Los Garza. A lot of helping here. It just leads to Gargano attacking Apollo Crews. So it's very confusing and stupid, kind of. Right now, okay, here's the story, right? Pretty Deadly want to help DIY by getting a title. They want to help them so they can earn a title shot. Apollo Crews is like, that's not going to work, buddy. But Los Garza was trying to help Motor City Machine Guns last week. No, 2 weeks ago. Sorry. But because they wanted a shot at also the titles. That none of it makes sense. I'm sitting here like struggling to wrap my head around like it's. Rest in peace, Bob Uecker. Next we get Kevin Owens versus Rey Mysterio. Kevin Owens obviously wins because he is the challenger to the championship. I mean, obviously. Again, just like how Jey Uso might as well not enter the Rumble, Rey Mysterio might as well not enter the Rumble. He's not going to win. He just lost to a challenger. Not even a champion, he's just a challenger. Then Kevin Owens goes for the dreaded package pile driver. He doesn't hit it because obviously Cody Rhodes comes out to save the legend, Rey Mysterio. Good stuff. Good match, you know. Obviously, as expected, Kevin Owens versus Rey is a good match. I like the way they built up to this match because it was just a whole lot of Kevin Owens saying, "Oh, you're my hero." I like that. It was funny. Neither of the two men, Cody Rhodes or Kevin Owens, will sign Nick Aldis's contract. So he decides, I'm going to have Shawn Michaels mediate this contract signing at Saturday night's main event. Which, interesting to put a contract signing on a Saturday night's main event. That's an interesting decision, and it's a cheap pop considering Shawn Michaels is there for nostalgia, but also it's an effective pop because I'm excited nonetheless, you know? Can't wait for that segment. But now it's time for the main event. It's for the Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Bayley in her first title defense. That's cool. Roxanne Perez is in the crowd, former NXT Women's Championship. Former NXT Women's Champion, and at one point she gets in Bayley's face because they teased a feud between Roxanne and Bayley on NXT, and a lot of people think that match is going to lead up to a WrestleMania match, but I think it's pretty clear to see that that's not. I'm fairly certain that will be saved for NXT Stand and Delivered, which is their equivalent to WrestleMania. Pretty sure we're getting Bayley versus Roxanne Perez at Stand and Deliver, which does mean we'll probably have to leave Bayley off of the WrestleMania card, which is interesting, but I'm not hating because I think that'll be a good match. Sorry if you hear background noise. There's someone doing yard work outside, unprompted. They didn't get my permission. Anywho, before this match, they aired a video package vignette for Charlotte Flair. I have some thoughts about this because you could have left it for a surprise at the Rumble, but they didn't. They didn't leave this to be a surprise, which leads me to think there's an even bigger surprise at the Rumble. Probably Becky Lynch. They don't want Charlotte and Becky to be returns, so let's tease Charlotte. Makes sense, I guess. But also, this means, is she going to return at the Rumble, or is she going to return before the Rumble to declare for it? I don't know. The thing I'm scared of, since I know she'll most likely will be in the Rumble, potentially she could win it. I don't want that. I don't want her to win it. I really don't. This is just like when she walked into the company. Ronda Rousey just won the championship. She walks in and says, I want a title shot because I'm Charlotte Flair. That's basically what this is. She walks into the Rumble and says, I'm winning this because I'm Charlotte Flair. Give me a match. I'm going to WrestleMania. I do want Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair for the championship at WrestleMania, but I don't want it through a Royal Rumble win. Which it makes sense because there's absolutely zero build for this Royal Rumble match, this women's match. There's no hype going into this. Only one entrant has been declared so far. They are not hyping this women's Rumble. They do not care. And I think that's because they're going to give us a Charlotte Flair win. And they know a lot of us don't want that. Some people are big fans of her and want her to win, but I see the internet. A lot of them don't really respect Charlotte that much. She's a great wrestler, I guess, but I just don't like the handed opportunities when there's other women who, like Io Sky, who are better and deserve it more and have put in the time and have worked very hard. She's just recovering from an injury, has not shown out at all in 2024 barely, and just comes in and is going to get a WrestleMania match. She did not earn that. Someone like Io Sky, Bianca Belair, who has worked every single episode and fought hard and put on great matches every month. I think just someone else deserves it. I don't know. But we're probably getting a Charlotte Flair win. I really don't like how little they're building this women's Rumble though, because it's in 2 weeks. It's in 2 weeks. Apparently, Lince Dorado was at a house show for NXT. This could mean he's rejoining the roster. I love Lince Dorado. I was really a big fan of him on 205 Live and the Cruiserweight Classic. I really do want him to come back. That'd be awesome. 1 step closer to getting Grand Metalik back. 2 steps closer to getting Lucha House Party back together. I want that. Let me talk a little bit about NXT. I don't talk about NXT much. I'm probably not going to talk about them a lot on the podcast, but I'll talk about some guys that I like, some guys that I don't. I think Tony D'Angelo is great. I love it. I love his gimmick. I love the Mafia gimmick. It's very convenient for when you want to write someone off the show, off of TV. Have the Mafia whack them. That's awesome. Tony D, he's a North American champion. His reign hasn't been amazing. I do think Obafemi should be double champion right now. Don't think he should have been the one to beat him. But, Tony D's been down there since Grayson Waller, Carmelo, and Braun. So he's still down there while everybody else been moved up. I guess he earned it, kind of. I don't know. I just love Obafemi. I think Obafemi's great. I think he's the best in NXT out of everyone right now. He's my favorite. He's NXT champ, well deserved. Roxanne Perez is getting called up, I feel, slightly soon. So is Trick Williams. They're cool, I guess. Now I don't have much thoughts on them. They were just like the basic, here's your, front runners of the show. These are your main focuses. They're cool while they lasted, but Obafemi, you know. And Julia is the champion. Stephanie Valkyra's there. Good, great women's division. Sol Ruka, Kalani Jordan, all of them. The Fatal Influence, they're all great. But the men's division is very lacking. You have one star, and then a good tag team, Fraxium, who I want them to get called up, but also they're the only ones, them and Obafemi are the only ones keeping NXT's men division like afloat right now. Just hoping they don't split the pair. I think the tag team division's alright. I don't think it's great because Fraxium is definitely running out of teams to face. I do like OTM. I think OTM are good. Great talents. All of them. A lot of people don't like Lucian Prince and Bronco Nima, but I like them. I think they're great. I think they're future powerhouses, you know. They can do a lot of cool stuff. They're going to be good. I don't care what nobody says. Eddie Thorpe, I'm not a fan of. I liked him in Ring of Honor, but I'm just kind of like, him as a heel doesn't really work for me. He isn't really bringing anything to the table right now for me. He's kind of just floating around, feuding with Trick Williams, Obafemi, Ava, The Rock's daughter for some reason. It's weird. I don't like they turned Mr. Stone, Robert Stone, into a assistant general manager. I don't know. I liked him when he was Robbie E in TNA. I think we should put him in the ring. You know, I don't know what we're doing with him. Let's see. Sean Spears and his little group of misfits. It's very boring to me. Sean Spears, very boring right now. That's the thing. He's always struggled. He went in the main roster as the Perfect 10 as Ty Dillinger, and he struggled because his gimmick is very one note. It's boring. I just can't get behind the Sean Spears gimmick, man. It's nothing special at all. I'm not. The thing about NXT is a lot of their storylines just feel incomplete. They just happen. It's just random things happening every week for no reason, and they don't typically get solved or finished. The Andre Chase University storyline, that is going absolutely nowhere. I don't know. I don't know. I like No Quarter Catch Crew. I think they're great. Javon Evans, I like a lot. Not a big fan of Gallus or Lexus King. I think Lexus King could be something in the future, but for now, you know, they're just kind of chilling. I think Ethan Page is kind of boring, but I think he could be a great lead heel in the future. Dante Chen is just that's a silly gimmick to me because everyone loves him, and I think that it's kind of ironic and it's funny to me. One of my favorite gimmicks is Ashanti Adonis. He's just a playboy. That's it. He's just a player, and it works for me. TNA Genesis happened. It's the first official TNA NXT crossover event, kinda. Not really. It's NXT people were there, but it wasn't nothing crazy. But it is leading to a match between the Rascals and Nathan Frazier and Axiom next week, and that's cool. I forgot about Wes Lee. He should not have turned heel. I'm not getting into that. I'm done with the NXT discussion for now. Maybe we'll pick that back up next week. Jordan Grace and Josh Alexander will probably be joining WWE. They did make Jordan Grace lose to a known racist of Tessa Blanchard. Not great idea, not good. I thought that by now we would learn not to be booking bad people in good spots. Guess you don't know people till you know people, you know. I hope WWE sounds off on the whole Tessa Blanchard thing one day and just says, you know what, we're not a fan of that, you know. We're not a fan of her. PCO is apparently quitting TNA. He destroyed their TNA multi-digital championship or something and said, I quit at a GCW event. Whatever. Joe Hendry finally won the big TNA championship. About time. I believe in Joe Hendry. Yeah. I do think we'll see him in the Rumble, and I think he'll be carrying that title. But I think this means Nick Nemeth will not be entering the Royal Rumble. I know a lot of people are excited because they think Nick Nemeth could enter. I don't think so. But Josh Alexander, he lost the match against Mike Santana, and then he said, I quit tonight, but I'm also quitting TNA. I don't know if that means he's coming to WWE, but I have a strong feeling NXT will be Josh Alexander's home soon. And I'd love to see him team with Ethan Page and bringing back the North as a good team. I think that it's coming back. Jordan Grace is absolutely coming to WWE. I will be surprised if she does not enter the Women's Royal Rumble. Yeah, I mean, so we got Saturday night's main event coming up. We got the contract signing, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman, Sheamus versus Braun Breaker for the Intercontinental Championship for some reason is happening there, which is too good of a match to be happening there, but we'll skip past that for now. And then Gunther versus Jey Uso, and I honestly won't be surprised if we get Chelsea Green versus Michin again, maybe with a stipulation this time. But, you know, that's not confirmed yet. We'll get more build-up on Gunther versus Jey Uso for sure. And that'll be cool. Royal Rumble is going to be fun. Got a lot of storylines going into it. Cody versus Kevin Owens. That's the only match other than the Rumbles that are happening so far. I'm sure something will be added to the card. I hope. I hope it's not just a 4-match card, but I can see it being one. A lot of storylines going in the match. CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Not sure if Randy Orton will be there. Maybe he will. I don't know. I'm excited. It's going to be good. We've got the whole Candice and Nia Jax trying to win it so they can face Tiffany, I assume, is the mission for them. Bianca Belair and Naomi, one of them probably attack Jade Cargill. I think we'll get some sort of resolution, some new information at the Rumble. I think Jade Cargill will enter and have they'll be like trying to hug her, like, hey, you're back, and she'll just be like, don't touch me. One of you is guilty. You know, I'm excited. I can't wait. Oh man. The build-up for the Rumble has not been... I think that it's kind of not a great idea to have Saturday night's main event so close to the Rumble, because you're spending this time building up matches for this, that you don't really have time to build up new matches and new stories for the Rumble. But I think at the end of the day, it'll still be great. I have no idea who's winning the Royal Rumble. This is like a first in a long time. Every year I have a guess. But this time I'm seeing so many different answers. I'm seeing CM Punk is the main one. I don't think CM Punk's winning. Because who's he going to face? Gunther? I don't want that. At WrestleMania, CM Punk versus Gunther? No. I'm fine. Roman Reigns, big possibility. But a lot of people are saying there's no way. I don't know. John Cena, that's probably option number 1. But I think he might be winning the Elimination Chamber. So I don't know there either. People are saying Randy Orton. I don't even know if he'll be entering. I assume he will. But I don't know. This storyline, he's in a rivalry with Kevin Owens. That's who he's after. So why would he be trying to win the Rumble right now? It doesn't seem like The only reason to put him in there is so that it can be an even more stacked Rumble. I don't know. Drew McIntyre could win. Maybe he can go face Cody Rhodes. Seth Rollins could win. Maybe he could go face Cody Rhodes again. I don't really care for Seth versus Gunther. Not right now. That could happen another day. A lot of options to win, man. I don't know who's going to win. But, WrestleMania, I don't know. I don't even know what direction they're possibly going. I know we're still in the early stages of the road to WrestleMania, but so many possibilities. I don't know who's going to fight who's going to face what. I don't even know who the champions will be by then. I don't know. So many directions that could go from now and then. I don't even have any predictions, really. But I'm excited to see how it all plays out, you know. Thank you for listening and joining me today. I summed up all the stuff I really wanted to. Join me next time as I talk about some more wrestling stuff and recap the next episodes. Thank you. Hope you're all having a blessed evening. Like and subscribe, share, do whatever you need to. Follow, go to my links and listen to my music and go look at all my other platforms that I'm on. Thank you so much if you're listening out there. Appreciate it. It means a lot. Please listen more. Tell your friends about this awesome podcast. See if they relate to my opinions. Anyway, it's been an honor. It's been a pleasure. This has been Chizzle's Championship Podcast. And well, that's it.